Learn more at landmarkimp.com or stop into a local Landmark location and experience the Landmark difference.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. You make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador online at prg-ne.com.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Hi, I'm Steve Carper, and I'm here to tell you that there's never been a better time to buy flooring. Whether you need carpet, wood flooring, ceramic tile, vinyl, area rugs, or custom blinds, you gotta come to O Street Carpet. With our 12-month interest-free financing, you can do one room or your whole house and leave your holiday budget intact. And with our huge in-stock selection, you can buy today and we'll install it right away. 1732 O Street. We want to make you a customer for life.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. We'd like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And to show our appreciation, Koppel is offering some huge 32nd on select new Chevrolet vehicles. We are offering $8,000 off MSRP or 1.9% financing. Yes, you heard right. That's $8,000 off or 1.9% financing on select new Chevrolets. We also have some huge discounts on our new GMC inventory. So stop on in or check us out online at koppelcars.com. Includes finance, trade, and Costco bonus with roof credit. Stock number C299464.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
I'm Sergeant Jones with the Nebraska State Patrol. Driving drunk puts everyone on the road at risk. In Nebraska, over 30% of all roadway fatalities occur in alcohol-related crashes, and every one of those could have been prevented. The decision to give your keys to a sober driver could be the decision that prevents a roadway tragedy. Help keep Nebraska roads safe and always drive sober. This message is presented by the Nebraska State Patrol and the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? Happy Monday. Jay Foreman, Austin Norman, Old School. We are brought to you by the Mercado Certified Piedmontese Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop. Located at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill. Two great locations, great service, great atmosphere, and then, of course, great food and great options. We are live from 1040 O Street. on a, I guess, brisk but sunny day on a Monday, the day after. And a lot was going on in Husker sports this weekend. Obviously, we had the volleyball team playing for the national championship. Men's and women's basketball was playing or did play. And then also we had a big recruiting weekend. Obviously, we nicknamed it the weekend. And for the most part, I think it was, obviously the big thing was the volleyball team not being able to pull it out. It was an exciting match. I mean, obviously, when you start off the kind of Final Four with the way they were able to, separate themselves from Pittsburgh, and it was probably the cleanest game that I think they played, which is great because you'd wonder if being on that stage, a lot of the pressure, would they be able to pull through? And they seemed like they were, maybe probably played too good too early. And the Pittsburgh was very, very impressive. Pittsburgh was a game opponent. Obviously, they'd been to the Final Four. I think, what'd you tell me?
3 straight years.
3 straight years. Haven't been able to get past it. And then you get to the championship match against Texas, the defending champions, and you could just see the difference. I think the experience factor, really, weighed in on it. And you could just see it. Look, when you get there, you're very, very young. You're young in cohesiveness as well. And you get there and you play against a veteran team that they kind of had some things go. They started off fast. So I think if Nebraska was able to start, momentum, say like 4-0 or 4-1, it would have been a little bit different first set. And they got that first set and kind of made the couple points that they needed. And then O'Neal got really hot with it's kind of like a pitcher that's hot. And 6-7 straight points. And that's huge in volleyball when you're playing against a great opponent. So I think it was just an experience factor, not being able to adjust to the moment. And sometimes I can tell you this, man, it's a good learning experience for those young ladies that they're going to understand what it takes to that moment, because your body changes. That's where, you have to be able to play with a certain amount of edge. And it's a different mindset going from Final Four to the championship match. Obviously, I've never played volleyball, but being into Big 12 championship, playing for a national championship, and sometimes you can get caught up and kind of like move in slow motion. And then when you watch it, maybe like a week later, you're like, that's not even me playing out there. And so it's something to learn. I think that they'll hopefully use it as motivation in the off season, and then come back, better than ever.
For as good as Nebraska was, they still have plenty of room to improve, and that should be scary to the rest of the country.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna say I'm proud of Husker fans for not, bashing the team for getting swept. Right? They held their heads high. I think fans are obviously bummed by the result, but not disappointed in how the season went necessarily. And excited for the future, right? We talk about how much of this core can come back for next year. I didn't watch a single point, but following on Twitter as I was down in Manhattan, it seems like the defense could have been a lot better, especially, receiving serves. And that's something John Cook loves, so I think since it was a lot of the young players that struggled with that, they'll only get better with that with another year in the program. So, no, the sky's not falling. It's a disappointing result, but I think I fall closer to the Harper Murray camp of, don't worry, we got the next 3, rather than, oh, crap, what do we do?
Yeah, it's good to have that ambition, but, I would say, let's start with 1. Let's get right back to work. But I like it, though. I like it like you're going to take it as motivation, something that, look, you got the embarrassment of getting swept. That's embarrassing. And then you got the heartache of losing, and you let yourself down. And I'm sure nobody on that team felt like, and Texas would probably tell you that's not the best Nebraska's played, and Texas played really well. And an interesting factor, if you're listening out there, Nick, and people out there, is when you play in a hockey arena, right? It's cold in there, and it changes the flight of the ball. It changes like how you serve. It changes how you need to adjust the serves or serve the ball. So it'll drop and the ball will be essentially heavy. How do I know? I grew up in Minnesota. Eden Prairie had a pretty good volleyball program. Oddly enough, when I signed another classmate, obviously she's a female, went to Georgia Tech. And so they would always be practicing, and we kind of grew up together, and she would be telling me this stuff, and I'd be like, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? Because they would always play over in St. Paul where the hockey team played. And so they would practice different. They would take the balls outside and bring them in. So, I'd be in practice basketball. Like, what are you guys doing? It's cold. First of all, because they open the doors and makes
the rest of you cold.
You affected my shot. So that's how they were able to, that's how I knew. And the only reason I thought about it is because a couple when they were, playing defense, they're receiving the sets, and I think it's called a bump. And look, I'm not in. Listen, I'm not. I think it's called a bump, right? Bump set spike, right?
Right.
So I think it was on the bump. I felt like it was running up on them. Up on their forearms a little bit too much. Now, look, if you guys know more than me about volleyball, that's fine. Just from my very, very, rookie eyes, it looked like it was running up on him because I equate it to like baseball. So where
that's why these warm weather climates have more home runs.
Right, and the grounder eats you up a little bit. It felt like when the ball was coming, they weren't used to it. It was running up on them, so there might be a difference between where they usually, hit the ball or receive the ball versus not, because it felt like they weren't as crisp with their, first initial bump to the set or whatever. And Texas looked like they were well-oiled machine, and they served their butts off. They really, looked like they were attacking the, the edges or the outside lines, and they were really good. And they kind of mixed it up as well. So they kind of always, like if it's a boxing match, right? They almost changed up their styles, and then they started working with something. Then maybe you adjusted to that, and the next thing you know, you get swept. And they had the momentum. They got hot when they needed to, and it's kind of like a flip to when Nebraska played Pittsburgh. When Nebraska got on that run against Pittsburgh, you knew it was over. It was just a matter of going through the formality, and that's what happened, against Texas. And what people need to understand, the sweep, getting swept is obviously something that you need to, is definitely should be motivation, right? Because it's no different than when Nebraska lost to Michigan. I didn't think Michigan was essentially 45 points better than Nebraska. I don't think Texas is 3-0 sweep, that much better than Nebraska. But I think that right now they're the better team. They're a more veteran team. They got some good players, great players. I don't even want to disrespect. They got some great players. Has a great coach, a great tradition. So does Nebraska. I just think they're a little bit, they're grown. They looked a little bit more developed and stuff. I mean, that's just part of it. But I think also learning how to adjust out there on the court yourself in this experience, all of them, will hopefully motivate them when they go off and play. I don't know if they play on national teams and all that stuff. It'll be something that they'll be able to take with them, and then they'll think about this every single off season or every single practice or whatever, or workout in the off season, because when you're really, really good and things are going well, and you're saying, and somebody's trying to hammer you the fundamentals and all that other stuff, you can be like, all right, and then you might be skating by it. And this is not necessarily the Nebraska team, but it'd be really interesting to see the attention to detail on footwork, spacing, communication. I can almost guarantee you when they're playing next year, it doesn't even matter the record. They might lose, say, a couple matches, right? I think they'll come back at a better team next year. And it might be better for them to kind of go through the grind where you think Texas lost 4 times.
Right. And another good volleyball conference, played some top-tier competition, right. But this is where I think the youth is important to point out. Now these ladies some of them have their eyes open for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to say they got away with a lot all year because clearly they're talented and they're already really good. But I think the importance of defense, of getting that good first touch, get it up in the air to give your setter a chance.
Right.
I think the importance isn't lost on any of them anymore. They know that's what they have to hammer. Serving, right?
That's
Can you
huge.
get to a point where you're serving as tough as Texas did?
Yeah.
It's just like free throws in basketball. Can you do it, at the start of the game in the first set to steal a point? But more importantly, can you do it when you're tired?
Yeah.
After a long rally to keep the momentum going at the end of a long season like Texas did. So I think it's good that it is some of that little stuff that needs tweaking and cleaning up,
right?
Because they had their eyes open.
Yeah.
Now it can't just be 1 or 2 people. No one played well enough if you get swept.
Yeah.
Right. Texas won basically every matchup across the board, is my understanding. So it can't just be 1 or 2 girls on the team saying, I need to get better at this. It's got to be the whole group.
Yeah, it's got to be. We got to get better. And that's the honest truth. And it's a good problem to have, because it's fixable, right? And what I look at it like this, whether it's football, basketball, volleyball, whatever it is the details, the fundamentals, the very small things. They're so talented, it's going to accentuate their natural given talent. And this is the first time I think a lot of these young ladies probably got embarrassed like that. Because even if they had played on club teams, right? Now, again, I'm just talking. I imagine they were on such really good club teams and they were so dominant individually as players, they never hardly ever got swept.
Right.
And every time that they had to step up in a moment in their club team, or in their, careers before they got to college, they were able to dictate the outcome and generally come out, whether, on the winning side majority of the time, but even if they lost, it was like, oh, that girl was
best player on
the court, but Jay and Austin let her down, right? This is really good because then they all got there. They can't look around and nobody can walk and say, man, I was carrying the team.
Not to say they didn't leave it all on the floor.
No, they played hard.
Yeah.
They played hard, but not everybody played up to their, their potential or what they had been playing to consistently. And so now you got to really, really, you need to celebrate it right now. We're talking about, you need to celebrate this season. Also know that you did something that was very, really phenomenal. It just sucks when you get down to the national championship. There's one winner and one loser. And so I think you just need to, really, really, both look at the good, right? Celebrate that to the utmost, 90% of it. But that 10% needs to be broken down 90 to the 90 percentile. So that needs to be raked over the, the coals and then raked again. And then you'll grow from it. So it's kind of just, if that's the foundation where, we got breaking news. You got breaking news. Do you got the thing?
I'm working on getting it pulled up.
We got breaking news here, folks. We might have to go a little bit early. And I knew this thing was going to happen too. Hey, man, you know what? I got played by Dom. I got played.
You got played?
Yeah, man.
He
said, what time you going to be on the radio? I said 4. And we got breaking news, folks. Dylan, there it is. I need my suit on. Here, I'll do this right here. I'll do it. Here, I'll put my sunglasses on for Dom here, right? Okay, here we go. All right. He told me to put the shades on. He got Versace's. I got just regular old. I bought these at the gas station. We got breaking news. Dylan Raiola from Georgia flips to Nebraska. The flip of the century. He's coming home. Today, the 2-minute and 20-second video. You need.
How'd you know exactly how long it is, Jay? How do you know exactly how long it is?
Hey, I can say it, man. Listen, I'm happy for it, man. I'm happy for Dylan. I'm happy for Nebraska. I'm happy for Coach Rule and the whole staff and the state of Nebraska. My man's coming home, and I'm happy. I'm proud of him for making a decision. That's not the easy decision. It's something that he wanted to do. And I'm happy. I mean, look, man, it's a big deal. It should be celebrated, and it's a huge get for Nebraska. And I'm happy for him. And I'm pumped, man. I don't really, I've been kind of knowing for a while, or whatever. And but a lot of respect for Dom and Dylan and letting him have his moment. And I think it was genuine too. This isn't. I'm gonna say this, and then we got 2 minutes. This is not a. We're probably gonna just dive into this for the rest. We just got scrapped, But it's cool though, Dom. I got you. But
crumple up the paper, throw it in the trash.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. This is not a NIL driven thing. This is a kid that's thinking about things at a different level. I kept trying to tell people that he's been exposed to this before. So when he's making these decisions, he's making them with football in mind, but bigger things in mind. If everything goes right, this is going to be a monumental type of decision on the same level when Tommy Frazier decided to come to Nebraska. And it's not all going to be him. It's what Tommy Frazier did was he raised the level of everybody in there, even me coming in as on scout team. And he's like, look, you better give me a good look. You're not here just to get beat up on. So I knew that. I knew every day I stepped on the field when I was on the practice squad that I had to play at a championship level or the best I could for the betterment of the team. That's the type of stuff that you're going to get potentially from Dylan. Good on Nebraska. We're going to go to break, man. And we're going to celebrate. I wish we had some champagne or something, right? We could really do it.
Kevin, you in the area?
Yeah, Kevin. You were bringing some Hennessy or something. Oh man, we're gonna go to break, man, and we're gonna dive into this for the next. We got a couple giveaways, but we're gonna dive into this Dylan Raiola to Nebraska decision. I guarantee you, it is setting the world on fire as it should. Jay Foreman, Austin Norman. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you want to raise your family with great schools, great amenities, we just paved streets for our new subdivision called Prairie View, which is just on the outskirts of Seward and is really an amazing development.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, we have some very exciting things in Seward. If you want to raise your family with great schools, great amenities, we've spent a lot of time on our floor plans, making them very efficient. We have flat lots, walkout lots, daylight lots, you name it for Seward. So if you work in Lincoln and you'd like to commute, it's an easy 20-minute drive. How can you go wrong there? It's just a great American city to live in.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC. We like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And to show our appreciation, Coppell is offering some huge holiday discounts from now until January 2nd. On select new Chevrolet vehicles, we are offering $8,000 off MSRP or 1.9% financing. Yes, you heard right. That's $8,000 off or 1.9% financing on select new Chevrolets. We also have some huge discounts on our new GMC inventory, so stop on in or check us out online at CoppellCars.com. Includes finance, trade, and Costco bonus with roof credit. Stock number C299464.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
I'm Steve Carper, and I'm here to tell you that there's never been a better time to buy flooring. Whether you need carpet, wood flooring, ceramic tile, vinyl, area rugs, or custom blinds, you got to come to O Street Carpet. With our 12-month interest-free financing, you can do one room or your whole house and leave your holiday budget intact. And with our huge in-stock selection, you can buy today and we'll install it right away. 1732 O Street. We want to make you a customer for life.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
There's only one place this holiday season to shop for the sports fan in your life and get cash back for slightly used sports items you don't need anymore. Play It Again Sports. Check out their selection of new and used items, including home fitness equipment like treadmills, exercise bikes, and ellipticals. And get your lift with free weights, benches, and racks to add to your home gym. And don't forget, if you have anything slightly used to trade in, they'll give you instant cash. Holiday shopping starts and ends at Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine. Are you looking for some holiday fun? This year, start a new tradition. Make the Nebraska Christmas Light Show experience an annual event for your family and a cherished memory to look forward to every year. From Black Friday to January 3rd, buckle up and tune into the rhythm of the lights and let the magic of Christmas take over with the show. Now located at Star City Shores, just off of 27th and Highway 2. Buy your tickets for just $20 or $25 per car today at NebraskaChristmasLightShow.com.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. As we celebrate our 40th anniversary, which started in Hastings in 1983, I often reflect on the Lincoln men's stores no longer here. They are McGee's, Ben Simons, Landon's, Rothschild, Sir Winston, Post and Nickel, Ragman, Murray's, Miller and Payne, and Joseph A. Bank. You know where I'm coming from. Gary Michaels has been battle-tested, and we are committed to serve Nebraskans as your premier store for men for many years to come. Gary Michaels Clothiers, 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Ready to make this season unforgettable? Celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union's low-rate debt consolidation loan. Combine all those bills into one affordable monthly payment with quick access to funds. Imagine all the extra cash for holiday shopping sprees, festive parties, or that well-deserved vacation. Stop by any of their branches or visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more about their low-rate debt consolidation loan. Make this holiday season one to remember and celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather, sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine with an afternoon high of around 38. Tonight, partly cloudy skies are expected. Overnight lows should dip down to 23. And tomorrow, more sunshine on the way. A little breezy at times. Be warmer, though. We'll see an afternoon high of around 49. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back. We have just, there it is. We got the fan cam, and he hyped too. Yeah, that's right. Everybody's in a good mood. We had a nice little rundown, Austin. It has now just been shoveled. Just went to the garbage. If we had it, we could just throw it in the garbage. Again, if you didn't catch us here right before we went to break, Dylan Raiola, the 5-star recruit.
Highest rated recruit since ESPN started tracking in 2006 to choose Nebraska.
Yep, the number one recruit in the whole or number one quarterback, I think by some people's rankings, number one recruit ever, or number one recruit in the nation is flipped to Nebraska. Biggest probably heist and flip in recruiting history.
You call it a heist, and I'm picturing just like a good old-fashioned, Matt Rule, like putting the team together.
Matt Rule, you old sneaky little devil, you. Hey,
is he like George Clooney from Ocean's 11?
That's exactly what I was saying. Hey, Matt, I could be. Hey, man, I trust me, I could be your security, or I could be like Bernie Mac, dog. So yeah, it's look, man, it took a pretty big effort. But you're not going to get this to this point unless there's real tangible wants to be here. And look, it's a big deal for Nebraska. It's a big change. I'm just thinking about I was talking about it on the last episodes Inside the Huddle. I talked about last week on Old School. Talked about it yesterday with Melby and Stevens. I called in for like 10-15 minutes. I remember when I was down at the, working with the team, I think in 21, and I knew about Dylan for a while, and I knew he was a really good baseball player. And then obviously quarterback, he really took off. And I remember telling Dom, like when he was in 8th grade, I was like, yeah, there's not a lot of money in baseball, bro. I said, the way he throws that football, I said, you might want to just kind of just veer him over there. He's like, you think? And I'm like, yeah, you throw it right. But I remember after that 56-7 victory against Northwestern, and they were in town, and I just remember talking to him. I love Dylan, love Dayton. Dayton's my little dude, man. First of all, he ain't little no more.
Low-key favorite or high-key favorite?
Well, I guess I'll do the Uncle Jay rankings. Like Deion does with his kids.
Right.
Dylan's number one. Dayton's catching him though. He like
he coming?
He
coming?
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty soon. Dayton's. They're great kids, great family and stuff. But if you would have asked me then on that Monday, I said there wouldn't be a chance in hell that he wouldn't come to Nebraska. Not even close to chance that he wouldn't. So whatever happened between then until, in between, obviously, and that's where Georgia came in, Ohio State or whatever. But look, when Mickey took over, it kind of got the little, I would say, here's the analogy. Nebraska had a Ferrari, right? With a flat tire.
Mm-hmm.
It was just the Ferrari was rolling, hit a flat tire. And that's where they lost it. Mickey Joseph had a bike pump in there, right? And you only can pump so much air back into it until you just like, you know what? I can't get it to, 45 PSI. Then obviously the roadside service came. That'd be like Matt Rule came in and put some real air in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Put some of that spray in there, run flat or whatever you want to call it. And then, unfortunately at that point in time, Dylan took the wrong exit. You know what I mean? He was supposed to get off on the Waverly exit.
He got off the Columbus exit.
Yeah, he went to Ogallala somewhere, right? Or he kept on going. But his GPS wasn't working then, and he found his way home. And you got to give Matt Rule and staff and the whole staff, whether it's obviously the coaching staff, Trev, and all those, everybody that's involved with the support staff, right? To be able to hear the little bit of, there might be some life to it, to adjusting on the fly, to then re-communicating and re-recruiting and being open and honest with Daniel Kaelin, handling the Kyle McCord situations, which obviously broke probably, I think, when he was here or whatever, or the, possibility of him coming this weekend. And then you had the whole 72 hours. Is he coming? Is he not? He didn't really, it wasn't like a ticker tape parade when he came or whatever, kind of, whatever. And then just a regular old official visit. And then obviously one thing led to another. And here you are with a commitment here, 48 hours or just one day essentially before he signs his national letter of intent. And it's huge. And, it's big for Nebraska. It's big for him. It brings some credibility on the recruiting, areas. But then also, what it does, one of the best things it does, it makes everybody else, all right, let's go. And I like the I would say if I was a coach, right? Okay, let's see who I can go get, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't, I'm not, it gives me more energy to go do that. Obviously this class is probably set and there'll be some guys
on
coming
the margins,
out, right,
here and there. Yeah.
But I can tell you what, all the dudes that kind of turned their nose up at Nebraska and probably had a good meeting with whatever assistant coach or recruit. I don't know how it goes, and they kind of turn, you guys are, look, Nebraska's been struggling. It is factual. We haven't been to a bowl game since like 6 years, 7 years. I don't know, right?
2016.
Okay, there you go. And so 7 years. So that's factual.
Mm-hmm.
But I can almost get, and the reason why, here's why I know I have somewhat experience. I was nowhere close ranked to number one at anything.
Number one slew-footed linebacker in Nebraska history. How about that?
You know what? Let me see. Tony Samuel was there, but I think I was better than him. He told me I was. Yeah. He told me I was.
Coach Sam's telling you that.
And he was slew-footed too, even though he thought that he was not.
Kindred spirits.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's right. But I don't have green eyes. But anyways, I do remember this. I remember Northwestern recruiting me with Gary Barnett, and then also Kansas State as well, and talking about we're close. But Nebraska was too much of a pull. But I do remember, and I never turned my nose up at them, but I do remember saying, you know what, those guys are, they're going to be good. And obviously I knew we'd play Kansas State. So I just wondered, all those kids that kind of turned Nebraska away, at the very beginning, but like the coach or coaches that they met or came on recruiting visits, right? Then they're like, oh, they got the number one dude. And so then, that sets you up for the future, but, we got to deal with it right now. And so, it's time to celebrate. It's time to, it's kind of like the draft where you get it. And then obviously it's going to be, again, for the next 2 days. And then obviously when he signs a letter of intent, and it should be celebrated, right? It's a big deal. And it takes more than it takes a village, right? So, I mean, look, the one thing I can tell you this right now, not only is Donovan here, which is his uncle, so actually he's, that's his uncle, is going to look out for him. But he has, for Dom and his family to send Dylan off with this type of pressure, this type of situation, which I don't think the pressure will affect him. He has a good mind ahead on him. But just being in this situation, right, sending him off to college, they know he has a great support system, both with the university, right, and all their bells and whistles that they have. Obviously, you have your uncle on staff that's going to demand more of him, right, because he knows him, so it's personal.
Mm-hmm.
But then, you got some guys out here that really care about Dom and care about Dylan to where he has things around that he's going to be successful. It took a lot of work. It did, and that's what you do, and it's first of all, I would tell you this. I'd tell any kid that coming to Nebraska, I would always tell you to. And it's not biased because I think I was very fortunate to come to Nebraska and just be a part of the tidal wave that already was, like, the tsunami was already starting.
Mm-hmm.
And then, adding the classes that I was involved in along with the ones that were prior. And then with a Tommy Frazier and, Grant Wistrom was my roommate to go with Jason Peter and all those dudes, and Farley coming in, the Tony Vealans, the Tyrone Williams, guys that played decades in the NFL. We were just able to blow through it. Right. But then also it's an opportunity, and you have to see the opportunity, and you have to be willing to take some risk. Right. Like I said, my recruitment isn't nowhere near. Well, first of all, nobody was getting recruited like that. Maybe Grant, because he was the USA Today Defensive Player of the Year, and so his was huge. It was Nebraska and Michigan. I was a coach in Nebraska.
Good choice.
The only thing I can compare or just have some sort of like emotional type of, like, I guess, analogy or connection is when I was coming out of Minnesota, the only guy that had left and went big time was a guy named John Alt, who's actually, his son is at Notre Dame, is going to be a top probably 10 pick.
Mm-hmm.
And he went from Minnesota to Notre Dame. Everybody else kind of either, if they left Minnesota, flamed out real quick. That means you flame out, in my terms, as you go, you don't make it, you're at home, you're probably at a high school game, with your Letterman jacket on. There is not one person in the state besides my dad that thought I could make it at Nebraska, and including my high school coach. And I love him to death. Now, now I'll tell you this: the assistant head coach was the offensive line coach. He believed in me, right? He's like, you'll make it, because I would never quit. So that is the big risk going there. So you have to have some vision, and you have to bet on yourself, right? Nebraska hadn't won a national title there yet, right? Been close. So what's the difference? No different than the volleyball team, right? But still. So that's the only thing I could think of where is like with that next level thinking, to where, you've been exposed to stuff and not being afraid to challenge yourself, see the bigger picture, and be willing to take a calculated risk. Now, how was I feel like I was more prepared for that? Because of growing up in an NFL locker room, running around with Peyton Manning in the Viking locker room when Archie was up there in his last year or two.
And I put him on his can.
A couple years later, yeah. But listen, Peyton gave me plenty of trouble, and I think he never got over us beating him in the Orange Bowl, because he always seemed to work out on us. He didn't Peyton didn't like Vic Fangio for whatever reason, because the Colts defense were horrible back then,
right?
And so he probably figured that Vic was the reason why they didn't win Super Bowls. I think it was because they drafted Chad Morris at middle linebacker. He was, don't get me started on that. Anyway, back onto it. But I think being exposed to certain things at a younger age allowed me to deal with some of the butt kickings that I got when I came in, right? Obviously, Dylan's way more advanced than I was, but it's going to be a transition, right? Guys are going to move faster than he ever seen before. He's going to struggle some, and that's good. But you got to stay in the fight. And I think dealing with the expectations, dealing with the highs and lows, and knowing what real work is. That what I mean by that is he knows he needs to be the first one there and the last one to lead. He knows he's got to challenge and demand his teammates to do as much, or then sometimes even more work than him. And then he needs to raise up his, level as well. Because the reason why is because he's seen his dad do it. His dad was one of the best centers when he played in the NFL and played for, I think, 14 years. I was able to see my dad do it. And then also I was able to be exposed to it. One of the best things I ever did was, because my dad wanted me out of the house probably for a summer, right? Or 3 summers was, be a ball boy. So I saw him at the highest and the lowest. I saw guys get cut. I saw guys, I could go out, I could see guys at practice that didn't do the right thing. Maybe weren't working as hard or didn't, so I saw it in real life. And the Vikings were pretty good. So I saw Chris Carter, Anthony Carter, Hall of Famer Chris. I was, still am good friends with John Randall. So I saw what work was like, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing Dylan was able to see. He knows Calvin Johnson, excuse me. He knows obviously Matt Stafford. So he has a Rolodex of people that he can call that have already achieved greatness.
Mm-hmm.
One's already in the Hall of Fame in Calvin Johnson. Matthew Stafford, maybe borderline, I guess. You won a Super Bowl. And all the other players from Detroit that, obviously he was able to meet, all the coaches, Steve Mariucci. I'm just thinking about all the guys that he was able to be around. So for how that equates to Nebraska, I think he'll be able to transition. So now he just needs to, the biggest thing he can do, or the best thing he can do, if I could give him advice, is, be the best teammate you can be, work hard, be a good kid, keep your nose clean, and the talent take care of itself. And just come in and compete your tail off, and then the rest will be history. Hopefully it's good history. Yeah.
It's looking up history right now. Let's do it again, right?
Yeah.
History doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes.
Yeah.
If this can be, Tommy Frazier 2.0,
yeah,
that's huge. Obviously, they're not going to be the same player. It's going to be different styles, but I just go back to that. I don't know if I want to call it a selling point, or that aspect of Nebraska that I think would stand out would be, come be the first, come get it restarted, right? It's so much harder to restart something than to start it.
Yeah.
But to have the opportunity to, be the first in line to restart that history, that legacy, that tradition. Yes. We know that your last name's already up there on the stadium.
Yeah.
Why not do it again? You have that chance now, and it's going to take, a lot to get Nebraska to that level again, but it's also going to take, fewer wins, I think, to reach legend status. Like Dylan Raiola doesn't have to win 2 national championships to be thought of as a legend around here. No,
I mean, it's different. The where the program is and all that is a totally different, it's a atmosphere. He's going to probably shoot to try to win one. And I mean, if he does that, then, sky's the limit. But I think the biggest thing that you can do is, before you start worrying about, national championships and legends and all that, is just come in, sign your national letter of intent. It's over with. You made the decision. Come in and do what you do best and compete. Be the best teammate you can be. And just put one foot in front of the other. I mean, it's going to be just, granted, it's going to be the talk of the town and all that. But at the end of the day, you got to focus in and play football. So
the fun's over.
Not yet. Not yet. He's got a couple more days. We got to get him over. He's where he's at, and it's fun. You can have fun until you get here, and then the work is to be done. So, look, he knows that, and he understands the dynamics, and he's very aware of his surroundings, and that's as he should be. And then the rest will, be history. So we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna have to do a giveaway here. What was it for, Austin?
We have either the Heavenly Waffles or the Omaha Supernovas.
We're gonna give away something for the Omaha Supernovas. Trivia question. So the trivia question is, who is the all-time leader in kills in Nebraska school history? The first one to get it gets a gift bag from the Omaha Supernovas.
On the text line?
On the text line.
402-464-5685.
There it is. Jay Foreman, Austin Norman. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com. Are you looking for some holiday fun? This year, start a new tradition. Make the Nebraska Christmas Lights Show experience an annual event for your family and a cherished memory to look forward to every year. From Black Friday to January 3rd, buckle up and tune into the rhythm of the lights and let the magic of Christmas take over with the show. Now located at Star City Shores, just off of 27th and Highway 2. Buy your tickets for just $20 or $25 per car today at NebraskaChristmasLightShow.com. There's only one place this holiday season to shop for the sports fan in your life and get cash back for slightly used sports items you don't need anymore. Play It Again Sports. Check out their selection of new and used items, including home fitness equipment like treadmills, exercise bikes, and ellipticals. And get your lift with free weights, benches, and racks to add to your home gym. And don't forget, if you have anything slightly used to trade in, they'll give you instant cash. Holiday shopping starts and ends at Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
I'm Steve Carper, and I'm here to tell you that there's never been a better time to buy flooring. Whether you need carpet, wood flooring, ceramic tile, vinyl, area rugs, or custom blinds, you gotta come to O Street Carpet. With our 12-month interest-free financing, you can do one room or your whole house and leave your holiday budget intact. And with our huge in-stock selection, you can buy today and we'll install it right away. 1732 O Street. We want to make you a customer for life.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. As we celebrate our 40th anniversary, which started in Hastings in 1983, I often reflect on the Lincoln men's stores no longer here. They are McGee's, Ben Simons, Landon's, Rothschild, Sir Winston, Post and Nickel, Ragman, Murray's, Miller and Payne, and Joseph A. Bank. You know where I'm coming from. Gary Michaels has been battle-tested, and we are committed to serve Nebraskans as your premier store for men for many years to come. Gary Michaels Clothiers, 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Service Ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Ready to make this season unforgettable? Celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union's low-rate debt consolidation loan. Combine all those bills into one affordable monthly payment with quick access to funds. Imagine all the extra cash for holiday shopping sprees, festive parties, or that well-deserved vacation. Stop by any of their branches or visit libertyfirstcu.com to find out more about their low-rate debt consolidation loan. Make this holiday season one to remember and celebrate with Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Alexa, Play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay. Playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend. Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Quick segment till we jump at the 5 o'clock hour. Probably gonna have some more breaking news, but nothing like this. It was pretty good, pretty cool. Anyways, we got a winner. Bryce, we've hit you back, right? You can pick up your winnings here at 1040 O Street. Text line is jumping. We appreciate it. Listen, we need to tell you guys we got breaking news all the time. Get you guys start participating. Mondays are always good. Mondays and Fridays. So, look, some people are saying, oh, he's going to get a big bag and all that stuff. I don't know. I don't have any apples in those oranges. BJ in Wichita. Let's see what he says. Yeah, pipe dream. Yeah. I see you, BJ. Yeah, but we're talking to BJ. We are in the off season right now.
Hey, Travis has one too. He says, I'll believe it when he signs.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. He's committed. I don't think it's
no one's official till Wednesday.
Nobody's official till Wednesday. So I guess, anything can happen, I guess, in the this day and age of college football, but take him at his word, Kip, tell him. Stop being sour power on the text line. But
so is GPR now Go Big Red or is it Go Big Raiola?
Still Go Big Red. I'm sure he'll. There'll probably be plenty of nicknames and sayings and stuff like that if he plays well. So, look, man, it's a good day for Nebraska. A good day for everybody involved. It's a positive. And if you're not thinking about it as any way as a positive, then you're. Then I would say you're the type of person that goes to a movie and already written your Rotten Tomatoes review in a negative fashion. So, anyways, we're gonna dive into this obviously at the top of the 5 o'clock hour. Keep the texts going. We'll first part of the 5 o'clock hour. We'll get to some of your texts. So, Jay Foreman, Austin Norman, quick break. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this holiday season at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through December 19th is spend $40 and get a free ribeye. Keep posted to the Mercado's social media pages for other specific daily deals from the 13th through the 24th. Don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
New year, new career. The new year is just around the corner. Why not start it off strong with a new career? General Excavating is looking for qualified underground utility project managers. Check out our website, generalexcavating.com, or call 402-467-1627 for more information. Happy holidays from General Excavating.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
At Allo, we believe in the exceptional. From extraordinary whole home coverage to super fast speeds, our local teams are always on hand to make sure your service is running at top performance. Let go of lag, banish buffering, and enjoy outstanding service throughout your entire home. We believe in delivering nothing less than exceptional service, so that's exactly what we do. Visit us at allofiber.com to experience the exceptional.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today, with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street. There's only one place this holiday season to shop for the sports fan in your life and get cash back for slightly used sports items you don't need anymore. Play It Again Sports. Check out their selection of new and used items, including home fitness equipment like treadmills, exercise bikes, and ellipticals, and get your lift with free weights, benches, and racks to add to your home gym. And don't forget, if you have anything slightly used to trade in, they'll give you instant cash. Holiday shopping starts and ends at Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday Season. They are thankful for many things this year and every year, and hope that everyone is able to enjoy time with family and friends during this joyful celebration. This important message comes to you from Bart and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialist here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197. Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in December, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep your clubs out year-round. Book your holiday parties at Double Eagle Golf and make plans to join them for a New Year's Eve party. Gift cards make a great stocking stuffer for Christmas, and don't forget to look ahead to 2024 as spring leagues begin in February. That's all at Double Eagle Golf, inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street, online at doubleeagle.golf.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska, or online in your own home. Learn pottery or floral design, take a computer course, learn Spanish, how to start writing a book, or Air Fryer 101. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. We'd like to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And to show our appreciation, Koppel is offering some huge holiday discounts from now until January 2nd. On select new Chevrolet vehicles, we are offering $8,000 off MSRP or 1.9% financing. Yes, you heard right. That's $8,000 off or 1.9% financing on select new Chevrolets. We also have some huge discounts on our new GMC inventory, so stop on in or check us out online at koppelcars.com. Includes finance, trade, and Costco bonus with roof credit. Stock number C299464.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We are back. Jay Foreman, Austin Norman, Old School. Obviously, things are buzzing here in Lincoln. It's like Lincoln, Vegas, right? The funny thing about it, look, Carson Beck said he was coming back from Georgia, and I don't think it really had an effect on it. Matter of fact, I know it didn't. But we were brought to you by the Mercado, certified Piedmontese, special ingredients, a butcher shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, every type of meat and every type of cut. If you've been at a meeting where no cell phones are allowed or on a flight, welcome back to Nebraska. Dylan Raiola, the number 8 overall. I think the number 1 ranked quarterback. Just depends. He's the highest ranked.
Very good player.
Very good player. Highest ranked recruit ever in Nebraska history. Has flipped from 2-time defending national champion Georgia to Nebraska as of probably 40 minutes ago. So, look, man, it's a big deal for college football. It's a big deal for Nebraska. It's a big deal for everybody involved on all ends, and it's points in the right direction. And Nebraska's headed to a place that potentially is going to make everybody happy. And I think look, the one thing I can say about Georgia, they're always going to recruit. They over recruit, and what I mean by that is, if there's 4 years in a row and Georgia could sign the number 1 quarterback, they would. So they don't have any, it's just rinse and repeat, and they can do that because they're in a different place than Nebraska. And I think that, when you're really trying to recruit a kid, you got to understand you're just not recruiting like labor, right? You're recruiting people. And sometimes you come across a kid that looks at football differently, looks at life differently, looks at an opportunity versus just going where the easy route is, and obviously understands the dynamics of where the program was actually and where it is and where it should be, and then also where it could be.
You say recruiting people, not recruiting person, because yes, you're recruiting the player, but the family as well, right? Everything that you do is a reflection on that family who chose you, and vice versa. Everything that family does reflects you recruiting them.
Right. It does. If you're not recruiting a high-ranked player on an individual basis, then you're going to drop the ball, because some people in some family situations are different. The way that they're brought up and to think about stuff, and the experiences are a lot different. Sometimes people just kind of comes out of nowhere. And I remember the story. I always watched TNT with Kenny Smith and them, and Shaq and obviously Barkley. And Kenny Smith was talking about before his senior year, he was not ranked. He went to one camp and left as the number 1 player in a week. That's a big change. Whereas a kid where he's grew up in football, knows what it takes, been motivated. He already's been dealing with, which I've experienced in, where you have a famous dad and, you're always following in his footsteps. He's created his own path. He's dealt with that. They've dealt with it as a family. So, it's different. So when you're talking to him, you can't just say like he's like every number 1 quarterback. It's like the number 1 player last year went to USC. He's in the portal already. So when you look at his decision, what did you fall in love with? Did you fall in love with Caleb Williams is there? They told you were going to be the next Heisman winner, and I think he's from California. I remember seeing stuff with him. He'd be the one that'd be at 7-on-7, and he always had his pajamas on and stuff like that. Was that what you thought it was? And then you got there and see it's reality, and you got other guys that can bite back and other guys that can throw the football. And sometimes the reality is harsh, and then you got to go somewhere else. So sometimes when you're making these decisions, you don't want to think of it in short term. You got to think of it long term, because the short term is football. That's going to take care of itself. Everybody at ranked this high, or anybody that's going to college, is extremely talented. Now you got to start recruiting the person, the family, and the people, because that can change if you change the way you're recruiting. When you have a number 1 ranked quarterback and you've seen him play, you know what he can do. You can't keep your recruiting ideas the same. You can't recruit Dylan like you did me, or you just can't. He's a more developed, higher ranked player. He's totally different than me. And I would expect that you need to recruit me different than Dylan, because my process of probably getting on the field is a lot different than his, or you'd like it to be. And so look, you can't say enough about it in the what it means in the short term, which is right now, which is obviously signing day, and what you need to go out there and I guess recruit for 25 and 26. but I would be not doing my job of not saying what it means for the guys on the team. And if you're not motivated by right now, number one, by not making a bowl game, that should be your number one motivation. Number two, the coaches and some of what you've done, and maybe when you came in and interacted with Dylan and his family is part of him getting here. But if you're not motivated to do better by now, then you ain't never motivated.
What's it going to take if you're not already motivated?
Yeah, the social media and stuff, and that ain't going to do nothing for you.
And it's not going to be around forever.
It's not, and that ain't going to win you no games. And so it should amp up everybody's work, which you should have been doing anyways. But if it can amp it up to another level, it should create a buzz that should motivate you. And doesn't mean that just because he's came that you've arrived. That is not the case. Hopefully you've already had case studies in that of letting yourself down. But it should, raise the expectations and work of everybody up in the whole facility, right? How you work, how you think, how you motivate, how you prepare, how you treat people. Everybody's watching. It's more important now. And it's not because Dylan's coming. It's because of he is coming. And then the expectations externally are going to be higher.
Mm-hmm.
And why wouldn't you want to raise the stakes? I've never been yes, you use it. Let's prove them wrong. Well, we got to get to the mindset that we got to prove ourselves right. If you know that you've been working hard, you're a good player, let's prove it.
Mm-hmm.
That and sometimes you have to go take things that you want, right? Forcefully. You have got to, if you want respect, you have got to take it, and that's the mindset you have to have. It's different than a quarterback, obviously, but you can have that type of mindset where I'm going to go take the respect because I'm going to prepare. I'm going to show you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to show you what people are going to doubt you, right? I guarantee you. We see it on the text line. People are doubting. You're going to doubt. It's just human nature for people to doubt other people, right? It's human nature as well to sometimes doubt yourself. And doubt is actually, doubt is actually a good thing, right?
As long as it forces you forward. If it keeps you standing still out of fear, that's a bad thing.
Right.
But if doubt is a motivator.
Right. Doubt, when it keeps you still, is being scared. Never be scared. Doubt is a great thing because sooner or later, doubt dissipates. It goes away. Dissipate is even a good word?
Dissipate.
Whatever. Hold on. Tell me again.
Dissipate.
Dissipate.
Yeah. Great word.
Hold on. Dissipate is what I'm using. No, just playing.
Even better.
Yeah, okay. It goes away because eventually you're going to get to the point where you're back against the wall and say, you know what? I've already doubted myself and I already seen the result. So now let's get to work. And then that'll turn into, I can, I will, and all that stuff. So, it's a good thing. It's a good get. We should be excited. It probably took the whole staff and then some. And so, look, that's one. Now let's see who else we can go get.
That's just it, because the job's not done.
It's never done.
We talked about this at the end of the season, is that the conversation was Nebraska's just a quarterback away. You're never just one player away.
No.
Everyone has to be better.
And if you think that is one of the most short-sighted mindsets ever, it's almost like saying, oh, we got a great NIL, so we're going to just go out and get a whole bunch of players. That is so short-sighted. You almost need to get headbutted because it's so short-sighted. Not just playing. Because, okay, I'll argue with you about it. Okay, if Nebraska was one quarterback away, we would have beat Florida State in 93 because we had Tommy, right?
Sure.
Right. So we come back in 94. We need Tommy and Brooke. So it's not just one quarterback away. You need two. Yeah. Well, hopefully we just need one. But you need a better team. You need to learn from your losses. You need good and great players around them. You needed, in 94, a better version of Lawrence Phillips that was a true freshman against, or was a true freshman against Florida State, a sophomore against Miami, the number 6 picked and probably the best player in America, obviously outside factors, against Florida.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you need. You had Tommy Frazier and Lawrence Phillips. You had the second coming of the pipeline in 95. You had the real pipeline in 94. Those are some great players, along with Tommy Frazier.
And the defensive side.
The defensive side, you had some dudes as well. You had Baron Miles, Tyrone Williams, in 94 that could look over there and look everybody in the eye. Man, mano a mano. Kareem Moss, Tony Veland, Doug Coleman, Phil Ellis, Ed Stewart was an All-American. Then you had Dante Jones, Dwayne Harris, Terry Keneally, Christian Peter. And then you had Jason Peter and Grant Wisham on the backup in 94. You need more than a quarterback. A quarterback is your centerpiece because that's your lifeline. How many times have you heard us say it is your lifeline?
Every week you said that.
Right. And it doesn't, and here's what also you have to understand. He doesn't have to come in and be Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow that left his last year was not Joe Burrow the year before.
No.
And he never played before that. You need to be you have to just, a lifeline is playing the quarterback position and everybody else needs to step up. What does it mean? We got to catch the ball. What does it mean? We can't allow direct access from any position. The pride has to go up. I'm not going to be that guy. Running backs, we all got to develop, right? We got to be able to, because what's going to make him a better quarterback is you're able to establish a running game. Opportunities there. Emmett Johnson, Gabe Irvin, you come back, Ramir, Quentin Ives, right? And whoever else is coming in. Opportunities there. Everybody has to step up. You can't just sit there and say, we got a quarterback. All right, let's just sit back. Dude, we got to go.
I'm going to throw this comparison out there, not for the sake of comparison, but did the Chiefs sit back when they got Patrick Mahomes? Did the Bills sit back when they got Josh Allen? Did the Patriots sit back when they had Tom Brady? Not once.
No. When the Chiefs had Patrick Mahomes, they had got Travis Kelce. They developed and got Tyreek Hill to where he, in a lot of times, was the lifeline of their offense. Obviously, you're seeing now, right? And then guess what they've always had? They've always had really good players in the running back that were kind of like, that was kind of like their free-flowing, position, right? It was kind of, you had one guy that was a power back, third down, whatever. But guess what the Chiefs had when Patrick Mahomes came? And where were the emphasis? On the offensive line. They've always had one of the better offensive lines in the league.
And reinvest in it every
single year. I mean, if Jeff Schwartz didn't get hurt, he was the best right tackle. To him and
Mitchell Schwartz.
Mitchell Schwartz, yeah. His brother's Jeff, sorry.
Yeah. They're both awesome on Twitter, by the
they
way.
are. And Jeff's really funny. And because he does this thing with the spoon and stuff like that, because he's always eating ice cream. But Mitchell, if he didn't get hurt, it's him and Lane Johnson, the two best right tackles in the league. I mean, flat out, not even close.
No.
They're in a whole different stratosphere.
They had Mitch Morse at center that they let walk for Creed Humphrey, who came right along.
The dog, and then they got Smith in the late round from Tennessee, who would have been a first or second round pick, but he had like a heart murmur. You got him; he's a Pro Bowler.
Tooney they traded for New England,
and then they got Orlando Brown. I mean, you got some dudes up there. And then what did the Chiefs?
Oh, they let Brown walk, but they had him last year.
Who did they pick up?
The guy
Smith.
from Jacksonville.
Right. Number 74. But they had Orlando Brown before. But the thing also about the Chiefs, what do they do on the defensive side of the ball? Right? They got Jones. They've had Ford. They've had guys. They had even Honey Badger for a while. So,
they went and got Steve Spagnuolo.
Right. So they reinvested on the defensive side of the ball to accentuate the offensive side of the ball. So, the one thing you think about it, where Dylan comes in, you got a pretty good set defensive staff, a defense that's good, and that could be, once the expectations are going to be, they're going to be inching towards being ideally great, but greater or better in third down situations, and continue to set the tone. And then also you get to practice against them, but then also can be your offensive kind of assister, right? So it'll give you more chances with the ball in your hand. You can depend on that defense. And now you just got to play the quarterback position, but everybody on offense has to step up as well. If I'm Malachi Coleman, Doss, Lloyd, all those guys that are in, or, obviously Thomas Fidone, Borkature, anybody else that's a receiver, I'm excited. I'm excited. And it also means that, Chubba Purdy and those guys have to step up as well. If I'm Chubba Purdy, I'm like, I want to see, I want to see you beat me out. I want to see you beat me out. I want to see what you got. Because Chubba Purdy should feel like withstanding a couple, untimely picks that I proved that I can play. Right. Then with some a healthy offseason, Heinrich Harburg obviously has a lot of work to do. But healthy offseason, feel like I can compete. Matt Rule's not just going to come over and just hand it to you. You're going to have to earn it. And that's what probably, hopefully, Dylan wants to do, and that's what, Chuba expects him to do. If Chuba Purdy is able to push Dylan's able to push Chuba Purdy, the Nebraska team is in a better place.
Jay, how many straight years have we looked at Nebraska's backup quarterback situation and not felt great about it? It's been too long of a streak of years running. Now, I think you have some of that competition, which should only make other guys better, right? You hope it's not, where they snipe back and forth at each other and it's a, split locker room or anything. But on the field, there has to be that element of each guy raising the bar for the other guy.
Yeah, I mean, there's no fun. Look, it's no guarantee that he's going to start.
It can't be a guarantee he's going to start.
No, it's not. I mean, because Daniel Kalen ain't he's probably thinking he's like, I ain't no chump either.
Mm-hmm.
He decided to stay. Chuba Purdy as well. Why would he leave? Because you got a great opportunity here to establish yourself. Look, Tom Brady and Drew Henson had to go at it. And Tom Brady had to, a lot of times, compete for his spot every week. He's the greatest of all time.
And there's a point where it's disrespectful to a guy to make him keep earning the job when he's clearly better. But until you prove you're the guy,
right.
Competition's for everyone.
Tommy Frazier had to compete or was thought of that him and Brooke had to compete for starting spot. All the way up to the bowl game, and they had to have a press conference and all this other stuff. So quarterback competition is not news to Nebraska, and it shouldn't be, no other way. And with that being said, everybody else should be attacking this offseason that we are going to get better. I'm going to get better for, in this case, Jay Foreman, but it's going to be for the betterment of the team. Everybody, it's no different than the volleyball team. Obviously, the volleyball team got to the pinnacle, but everybody needs to go in the offseason and get better. Yes, this brings a lot more. This is great. It brings some eyes to Nebraska. It gives you some, I guess, let's say internet, respect in the sense of Matt Rule and staff are able to have the biggest flip in probably college football history or recent history.
At least Nebraska history.
Yeah, definitely in Nebraska history. But, to go from decommitting from the two-time defending champ to whatever. I mean, that's, when I was playing, we've had guys, like Donovan McNabb didn't choose to come here and all that, but it wasn't committed and then decided to go to, Baylor or something like that. Yeah, or something like that. Yeah. So,
isn't that where McNabb went?
He went to Syracuse. Then we had a guy named his last name.
So Kyle McCord and Donovan McNabb are the same quarterback.
They are. Well, if Kyle McCord ends up like Donovan McNabb, then more power to him. We need Dylan to be like Tommy Frazier, the new version, and we'll be all good and everybody be happy. So, with that being said, you're getting the internet respect, but now you got to get the real respect, and that just comes from playing, preparing, and everybody's got to step up around him. Like this is a great day, right? We can focus on that, but we can't lose focus on what needs to get better, and it's all tangible. It's all there for the taking, right?
Mm-hmm.
We need guys to play with a little bit more of an edge. We got to play with guys to play with a little bit more pride. You got to get guys to play with a little bit more savvy, a little bit more situational football, right? We need guys to, if it's within yourself, if you really love the game of football, this is a business. You can't just be thinking it's a business when you want to get NIL. This is a business. Your best NIL negotiating tactic is go out there and play good.
Mm-hmm.
On top of being a good student, a good representation of Nebraska, and a good person. That ain't got nothing to do with switching it on and off. If you are a football player, the business part is how you are. So if you're about your business, right? Let's say you're NIL, you can't just be about receiving money. You have to give something else, and that's the same amount of effort, and then actually 2 or 3 times, and I'd be willing to say 10 times more into your football craft. Because your football craft and the money that you're hoping to get will be not solely predicated. A lot of it will be predicated on how you perform on the field, along with how you are, outside of the football facility. That's the most important thing. So, and that's everybody else. This is a business. It's time to get rich. It's time to get busy. We're in the business of winning games, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're not in the business of. We shouldn't be in the business anymore of being close. We shouldn't be in the business of any of that stuff. We're in the business of winning games. And it takes more than one person to win a game. I mean, just look at it like, okay, look at the Patriots. It took more than Tom Brady to beat the Seattle Seahawks. It took Butler preparing enough to take a calculated risk with your backs against the wall and the fear of trying to stop Marshawn Lynch at the 2-yard line, which you hadn't stopped him all day. Just broke off a run, and to jump a slant route in a disadvantaged probably position as a corner because he had to go over top and make a game-changing, life-changing play.
NFL-changing
right.
play.
It ain't had nothing to do with Tom Brady. You get what I'm saying? I mean, you could even go back to when the Steelers played the Arizona Cardinals. It took James Harrison making that play and going all the way to touchdown. It takes.
But then what happened later is Big Ben and Santonio Holmes.
Right.
It wasn't any one of those guys. It was all of them.
You're not. The football is a team sport. When you played basketball and you had a guy like Jordan, it does give you a distinct advantage. But you've seen a lot of guys with good individuals lose. I've watched it in live action. 15-1 Minnesota Vikings lose to the Atlanta Falcons in the NFC Championship. I saw it. I thought there was no way. That's the better team. They had 2 Hall of Fame receivers. They had Randall Cunningham that was playing like a Hall of Famer, definitely an All-Pro. The best offensive line in football. Robert Smith, who just decided to walk away from football, who was a great running back. They had Leroy. They had everything you needed. You had pretty much, I think, a Hall of Fame coach in Denny Green. And then what do? You end up losing to Atlanta Falcons because they were a better team on that day. So it takes a lot. These guys should be inspired by it, and I would be, demanding the best from them because you can't just be, the thing that hopefully is changed or will change hopefully very drastically is not just to be happy to be on the team.
And I forget exactly how you phrase it, but I think you'll pick up where I'm going with this. But you've said so much that you don't play football because of the guarantee. There's no guarantee of success. No. And just because Nebraska landed this commitment, just because Nebraska seems like it's going to raise its work level, doesn't 100% guarantee that's going to pay off. But it doesn't mean you don't put in the work. Because if you don't put in the work, there's no chance of success.
The only guarantee is if you continue to do what you've done with the same detail, the same focus, same energy, you're probably most likely going to end up in the same position. Now you have to raise all those things I mentioned before, and there's no. I think a lot of times people want to do things on condition. There is no condition in football. You have to go above and beyond. You have to do more. You have to become a better football player. You have to become smarter. You have to, and I'm sure hopefully Dylan's going to come in and demand more. He's got to learn that playbook inside and out. He's got to be an extension of the offensive coordinator, and he's got to be another extension of the head coach. He has got to lead, and it's tough at 18 years old or however long until he gets out there. You got to do what you got to do. What is it? What's the old saying? Too much is given, much is expected. Is that it? So this is what you sign up for, man, and that's why it's such a big deal because ideally you're getting a 5-star athlete, 5-star player, but you're getting a 5-star leader, 5-star, teammate and all that stuff with it. You get that with it, it's going to be demanding and it's going to be friction. With Tommy Frazier, it was friction, but it's good friction. I love Dylan, but there ain't nobody. I'm telling you right now, if I got to win a game, I'm picking T. Frazier 100% of the time because of the friction I know he's built up. So we'll take a quick break, come back, dive into some more of these texts. Jay Foreman, Austin Norman, Old School. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Golfing in 72 degrees in perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in December, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep your clubs out year-round. Book your holiday parties at Double Eagle Golf and make plans to join them for a New Year's Eve party. Gift cards make a great stocking stuffer for Christmas, and don't forget to look ahead to 2024 as spring leagues begin in February. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street, online at doubleeagle.golf.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. Take the first step towards a better pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with 4 Lincoln locations, but now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs, or get down with some dumbbells and strength equipment. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month. It's glow time. See club for details.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. There are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Acres, your premier John Deere dealer, has the largest selection of late model equipment in the Midwest. And for a limited time, Acres is offering low rate financing on all 2021 and 2022 S and X Series combines and 8 Series tractors. Qualified buyers can earn 3.9% financing for 60 months. And as an added bonus for your holiday season, if you purchase one of Acres' eligible machines before December 31st, you'll get a $5,000 gift card from Shields. Go to acres.com to learn more.
This year, give the gift of delicious food, incredible service, and a lasting memory with the Pillar Restaurant Group gift card. When you purchase a $50 gift card, you receive a $5 bonus card, or purchase a $100 gift card to receive a $20 bonus card. These cards can be used at all Pillar Restaurant Group locations, including Venue Restaurant and Lounge, Piedmont Bistro, The Butchery, The Bakery, and all Lincoln Good Sense Deli Fresh Subs locations. Available for purchase at any of our concepts or online at prgnebraska.com.
WWE Friday Night SmackDown returns to Lincoln, January 12th, 6:45 p.m. Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Let's throw down right now.
See Rey Mysterio, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, The Street Profits, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, Carlito, and more. It's WWE's Friday Night SmackDown in Lincoln, January 12th. Tickets start at $25 and on sale now. Ticketmaster.
This is where it happens. Long hikes with friends, kayaking adventures with family,
More horseback riding, zipline gliding, rock face climbing, hammock camping fun than you could ever imagine. And it's all outdoors, amongst the trees and across the prairie, here beneath Nebraska skies. Plan an outing today at yournebraskaadventure.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back. Again, if you've been asleep, we will tell you that since you woke up from your nap, Dylan Raiola, the number 1 ranked quarterback, number 8 overall recruiting Nebraska, flipped him from Georgia. Matt Rule pulled off the heist of the century. George Clooney. That's what it is. For you people out there, you know how they can put the faces of
Photoshop.
Yeah, Photoshop. Put them on George Clooney, and then go from there. I don't know who else had a big deal, but
we need to figure out who was all like heavily involved in Photoshop the entire Ocean's 11 heist crew with the coaching staff.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Something like that. Yeah,
and
yeah.
Uncle Jay, of course.
Yeah. There's a picture going around of me talking to Dylan. It's nicknamed The Conversation.
The Conversation.
Yeah, The Conversation.
All caps.
Yeah, The Conversation.
Just we had The Weekend, we had The Conversation.
Yeah. But look, man, I'm happy for him. Obviously, I was always trying to tell him that to go to Nebraska, but ultimately, they made him and his family made a decision, and I'm happy for him that they decided and came to it. And sometimes, where you think you're gonna go changes after you come on a visit. I will tell you this, man. On a different side, I grew up in a Miami household. You could not have told me that I wasn't going to. I lived and died. I cried like a baby when they lost to Penn State. Every national championship was there. Kind of tried to play like a Miami player out there wolfing and stuff. I didn't know what I was doing, right?
You just knew it was what the good players
look,
did.
my dad went there. My blood uncles went there. My other people that I looked at as uncles was there. I was a Miami kid, man. I mean, I wanted to go there real bad, and they offered me right from the first time that they could call you. I said yes. But as things went along, things were different, where they probably always, didn't really recruit me that hard. Then I hate to say it, but Iowa jumped in, and
You told them no. You can say they jumped in.
Oh, I did.
Makes sense.
I did. I liked the coach. Loved the visit. It was me and Tim Dwight on a visit. Was probably ready to commit right then and there. But something told me not to. There was some other stuff that went on, and then Iowa didn't make a bowl game. Hayden Fry didn't come. He was like 2.5 hours from my house in Minneapolis. Didn't come. Nebraska came after the game against Lane Kiffin and them, and Michigan State and all them were there to see them, and had a good game. Next thing you know, they're calling, and Michigan State was there, and Nick Saban was great. My dad kind of put the kibosh to that. He didn't think Nick Saban was going to be there that long because he knew he was that good a coach. But I came to Nebraska, and knocked it out of the park. Never came down here I never came here because they were they're about to play Florida State, or at that time they played Florida State or whatever. That wasn't it. I just came down on a visit, felt at home. They treated me great. Could trust the coach. There was never any guarantees, and of course I went home, and then next thing you know, that's the third school that I thought I was going to go to, and then I ended up at Nebraska. And it was for nothing's comparable to Dylan, but what I'm saying is for him to get to the conclusion, there was people that was helping, but ultimately they got to the conclusion that's the best for him, their family, his career, or whatever, and his well-being, which is obviously probably the most important thing. And it came to Nebraska. Guy, look, man, me and Dom are teammates. My dad and his dad went to college together. This is way beyond anything besides football. I want the best for him. Proud of him he's made a decision, and happy it's Nebraska. I was happy for him when he went to Ohio State. I was happy for him after he made a decision that he felt like he had to make because they weren't up front with him. I was happy that he went to Georgia. You can't do that. Jonas Jennings is a good ex-teammate of mine. Ex-teammate of Dom's, or he knows Dom. They were in the same draft class. You know, so I was happy for them. And then obviously coming here, I would say is the most happiest, and I was just always waiting for him to make the right decision. You know, and all that. But yeah, it's a good get, man. It's a good day. I'm sure that they're at the end of the day, we're going to start looking at some of these texts. You know, tons of text messages of, you know, will this hopefully flip some other players? I wouldn't put nothing past, Matt Rule and those guys flipping some guys. He just seemed I was telling you, he seemed like the dude that just won't say nothing and be like, yeah, here you go. I got 2 more 5 stars. He's the dude that will bluff, and you think he's bluffing. He's like, yeah, I got a full house. But nice playing with, it's something like that. Angry Rams fan, he asked me, let's see what he says. He says, hey, how about you, Jay? You happy to have your buddy in town more often? Got to assume his family will be around. Yeah, I'm happy to see every time. I'm happy to see Dom. I'm more happy to see, obviously Dylan. More happy to see Dom's family, because his dad, his wife, and then Dayton's my little dude. So I get to see. I love seeing that dude. Every time I see him, I just get out the way. Dom's secondary.
Are you already working on Dayton?
Nah, I mean, I'm like, not yet. Look, man, he's young. Let him do his thing. Let me see. Let's see. We got IQ Crew. He said, I want to nickname Danny Kalen Donkey Kong because that sounds more like a black shirt, not a QB. All right. Let me see. How do you guys feel about the rumors of Casey Thompson return? I'd never heard that. Have you heard that, Austin? I don't deal with rumors, but
Right. I try not to as well. I don't know what to give credence and validity to and what not to. What we do know is Casey Thompson was back in town, hanging out with some of his former teammates.
Okay.
And that's it. To my knowledge, there's nothing football related going on. Not to say there isn't, but I just don't know about it. So I don't want to speak too much on a hypothetical that I am not bought into believing has anything to do with the football team right now.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't heard any of those rumors, but I don't know. I mean, I don't even know how to comment on that because never heard anything like that. Let me see. Let's see. 8750 says, don't overhype Dylan. Plenty of number ones don't turn out. Be humble and stay focused. That is correct. Big Bird, rising tide raises all ships. I 100% agree. Here we go. Ron, here we go. The dissipate is when the rain goes up instead of down. Yeah, it is called dissipation, right?
I have never heard of that word. That's outside of you, so I'll take your word for it.
I don't know it either. I just hear stuff and I just think I was saying. I really thought I knew what I was saying. Big Daddy Travis, maybe some of our other recruits will flip here now with Dylan coming. I hope so. Wet Blanket, here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Wet Blanket's got a novel here.
Writing that 5-paragraph essay for high school.
He's giving us a list of the 5-star recruits in the last 3 recruiting class. Yeah, that's it. I mean, every recruit is a hit or miss. I mean, that's what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Good point there. Good information. Let me see. Dave and Fullerton. Jay said, if this radio thing don't work out, I think you could be a good agent. You know what, Dave? You might be right, man. I could be like a little broker. You know what I'm saying?
Are you like would you be the Scott Boras agent? Make all your guys go to free agency? And not sign extensions?
Oh, yeah. That's
free
right.
Agency
Yeah,
for you, free agency for you.
They see my name on there, you're in trouble. 89.99 says Casey does his physical therapy here. That's all. Okay, well then there we go. There's the rumor. Not sure why Thompson was in town, but I saw him at Burke's Barbershop this weekend. Hey, look, man, 5120. Everybody needs to get a fade. And Burke's Barbershop, Oasis Barbershop. Give a shout out to my man KB Quabina and my man Max Fadeswell. They all cut hair good. If you can cut my hair, you good. So all 3 of them do good. Twizzlers, let's see. More wide receivers should come this way, right? I hope so. But we got some guys that show some promise. They just got to get to work.
Mm-hmm.
How concerned should us Hoop fans be about Gary's shoulder? Did he get hurt?
He shook it off a little bit against Michigan State.
Yeah.
Casey went down with the ankle
Yeah, I
against
do remember
Michigan
that.
State too. And then he did come out of the game yesterday and was working on all sorts of body parts on the sideline. I'm not concerned until he gives me reason to be concerned,
Right.
because after that, he came in and was still a monster.
Right. Look,
It's
when
not
you're-
like he was out the rest of the game. He finished the game. He was still a monster on the boards. So, yes, once you get injured, you're at a higher risk for re-injury. That's just how the body
Yeah.
works.
You got some scar tissue in there.
Right. I think he's fine as of now, especially.
You know, look, when you have 11 offensive rebounds, your shoulders are going to get sore. That's what and he says, this dude said fireside chats with Jay Foreman. He's funny, man. These dudes, he said, let's go fan base. We need to show some patience with Raiola. Let him do his thing. That is true. Does Dayton play high school ball? No, he's in Georgia. Let's see.
But will he move, I think is the question.
I doubt it. Somebody sent us a thing, some rumors at 8:30. Former number one reportedly on the way. Guess Casey coming back. We don't deal with rumors. I doubt it. I don't know.
I've never heard of the site before.
Drew Carr said it's my daughter's birthday today. Turned 4, great present. Yes, happy birthday to her. Derek in the car. Next piece of the puzzle is a running back from Oregon. Go Big Red, moving in the right direction. Drink the Kool-Aid. What flavor though? Hey, Derek in the car. What flavor you like? Grape. I'm grape. What about you?
It has been so long since I've had Kool-Aid, but just the original fruit punch, I think.
Yeah, you and Derek on the same. He said, he changed it. He went red, then he went cherry on you. Yeah, changed up
just
on
fruit
you.
punch for me.
Last one, 73.59. If we can't get to 85 scholarship, can we just give NIL to 5 to 10 guys to cover them like a scholarship? I have no idea. Listen, I don't think there's ever been a team that take the field with too many scholarships. Right?
Not yet.
Okay. I don't think Nebraska will be the first. So I think that they'll find look, that's why they got don't they got a general manager or something like that?
Something like that.
And that's
Director
part
of player personnel.
Right, and that's part of being a coach too. You got to roster manage and it's like the draft where they put things up there. So I'm sure they got to take care of it.
Right. I'm with you. The odds that Nebraska is the first team in history to take the field with more than 85 scholarships is slim.
Right.
But here's the thing. I know we get that NIL question a lot. Oh, just give them money to cover it. Well, then you have to either give them what they would be making in NIL plus the cost of tuition and room and board and all that. So really, you're just adding more of a cost just in a different way. So it's not just say give them their 100,000 because then it's like they're getting 65,000.
Yeah.
They're not going to want that.
And a little bit based on how many more years you have and stuff. Do you really, do you really want to play or do you just want to be on the team? I think the extra years that everybody got for COVID, I think messes up. And then also, Austin, I think, can't you carry more scholarships when you're a first year coach too? Something like that.
There was the Lincoln Riley rule where I think you can cut up to 10 guys, honor their scholarship, but it doesn't count against your limit. And then you can give those 10 to another player.
Right. Yeah. So there's all types of things that are coming, to term right now. So it's kind of like the salary cap and stuff like that in the NFL. I mean, that's essentially what it is because you're dealing with scholarships and NIL. So it'll all get taken care of, but good. I'm glad we got through most of the text messages. Okay, here we go. Angry Rams fan. Omar Hales just tweeted, "We ain't done yet," with a couple eye emoji. Okay, Angry Rams fan. But I'm still hyped Dom coming in town. Because you know what? Dom thinks he can grill. First of all, Dom can't cook at all.
Like not even a lick?
No. He has no survival skills. Okay, none. So he
played offensive line. He couldn't cook.
And when you should be eating, Dom he don't eat with his hands. I know what you mean. I get you. He a great poupon type of dude. But he gonna be able to get some of these ribs. And but I'm not giving him the first. I'm giving him to Donovan first. So happy late birthday to Donovan. And then also
Dylan and Dayton eat at the same time.
Yes.
Then Dom. Where does Mom fall in line?
She's first.
Okay.
Then Dylan / Dayton. Then Donovan. Then if he brings his daughters, and then Dom. You last, Jack, dog. But you always got a place to stay, man. He always a good dude, man. I'm glad he'd be around a lot. And look, man, they should be excited. They're a Nebraska family, and you don't have to be from Nebraska to You don't have to be from Nebraska to know the Nebraska way and be a Nebraskan. So that's a perfect example right there. He's from the farthest place from Nebraska, and that's Hawaii, and they're here. So anyways, good second segment. We're going to come back and give a short one, and then we'll put a bow on this day that's going to go down in history at 4:15, right?
Mm-hmm.
Central Standard Time, December 17th. This might be the day.
Might have the turning point.
The turning point. The 30 for 30. We
What if I
had
told you?
And we got all the cameras there. So I guess then won't be day by day. It would be day by Dylan, the day of Dylan. So anyways, Jay Foreman, Austin Norman. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this holiday season at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through December 19th is spend $40 and get a free ribeye. Keep posted to the Mercado's social media pages for other specific daily deals from the 13th through the 24th. Don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
This is where it happens. Long hikes with friends, kayaking adventures with family, more horseback riding, zipline gliding, rock face climbing, hammock camping fun than you could ever imagine. And it's all outdoors, amongst the trees and across the prairie, here beneath Nebraska skies. Plan an outing today at yournebraskaadventure.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Concrete Industries, a Nebco company, has immediate job openings for precast production laborers. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $20 per hour and a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer. Visit concreteindustries.com.
WWE Friday Night SmackDown returns to Lincoln. January 12th, 6:45 p.m. Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Let's throw down right now.
See Rey Mysterio, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, The Street Profits, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, Carlito, and more. It's WWE's Friday Night SmackDown in Lincoln, January 12th. Tickets start at $25 and on sale now. Ticketmaster.
There's only one place this holiday season to shop for the sports fan in your life and get cash back for slightly used sports items you don't need anymore. Play It Again Sports. Check out their selection of new and used items, including home fitness equipment like treadmills, exercise bikes, and ellipticals. And get your lift with free weights, benches, and racks to add to your home gym. And don't forget, if you have anything slightly used to trade in, they'll give you instant cash. Holiday shopping starts and ends at Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine with an afternoon high of around 38. Tonight, probably cloudy skies are expected. Overnight lows should get down to 23. And tomorrow, more sunshine on the way. A little breezy at times. Be warmer, though. We'll see an afternoon high of around 49. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Attention all Wings fans! 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Acres, your premier John Deere dealer, has the largest selection of late model equipment in the Midwest. And for a limited time, Acres is offering low rate financing on all 2021 and 2022 S and X Series combines and 8 Series tractors. Qualified buyers can earn 3.9% financing for 60 months. And as an added bonus for your holiday season, if you purchase one of Acres' eligible machines before December 31st, you'll get a $5,000 gift card from Shields. Go to acres.com to learn more.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Old School with DP and J.
We got a special guest in. We got Jason Peters.
All that's being asked of you is everything. Like, you have to give everything that you have to that program, to that team. If you want to be a champion, that's the only way, right? I mean, you have to commit to every lifting session, every strength and conditioning session, during the summer, during the spring, whatever it may be. It just has to be 100% commitment by everybody.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back 2 minutes here before we sign off here to go Ticket Weeknights. Obviously, also I want to give some other Nebraska news. Longtime Campbell football coach, former teammate, great, obviously Husker player, great NFL player, and obviously great coach, Mike Mentor has resigned from Campbell. He was there 11 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess he just resigned today. I just got it today. So I want to give a shout out to Mike. He'll continue to coach, but just not at Campbell. Has brought them on the national scene. Remember, they played Jackson State pretty close too. I think it was a 10-7, 10-6 game. So done a lot with the little, and he's probably going to move on to other things. I wouldn't say bigger and better, because I think Mike built it up to a bigger and better university. So congrats to him, but then also congrats on the future. Also, I was told this is the biggest flip since Travis Hunter going to Jackson State.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that was just a couple years ago.
Yeah. Matt Rule and Prime, they meet at the 50. They got a lot to talk about, man. Just they got to compare stories how they were able to do it. But obviously,
so if Shadur has his rollie,
yeah.
what kind of watch does Dylan need for midfield?
He don't need nothing. He just needs to do his thing. Yeah, Dylan just needs to do it. He'll have enough marketing.
Give him those kids like superhero watches.
Yeah, or something like that.
Up.
Yeah, he needs to do something, but he'll be okay. I think he just needs to work, do his thing. So pretty big news day, for Nebraska and the nation of recruiting and college football. So congrats to Nebraska. Congrats to Dylan. We have the 5-star QB, but then also congrats to the team. Because everybody else will benefit off it. So we're going to sign off here, and then
got AG next.
Yeah, AG's next, and then it's probably going to be the talk of the town for the next probably next week or so. So for Jay Foreman, Austin Orman, Old School, we'll be right back.
Gary with Gary Michaels Clothiers Lincoln. As we celebrate our 40th anniversary, which started in Hastings in 1983, I often reflect on the Lincoln men's stores no longer here. They are McGee's, Ben Simons, Landon's, Rothschild, Sir Winston, Post and Nickel, Ragman, Murray's, Miller and Payne, and Joseph A. Bank. You know where I'm coming from. Gary Michaels has been battle tested, and we are committed to serve Nebraskans as your premier store for men for many years to come. Gary Michaels Clothiers, 56th and Pine Lake Road, Lincoln.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
John Henry's would like to remind you, if you haven't already, to unhook your outdoor hoses and check faucets for leaks so your pipes don't freeze. As the official plumber of the Huskers, you know who to call when a plumbing issue arises. From frozen pipes to clogged drains, we can help you protect your home this winter. Give John Henry's a call today to schedule at
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
WWE Friday Night SmackDown returns to Lincoln, January 12th, 6:45 p.m. Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Let's throw down right now.
See Rey Mysterio, LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, The Street Profits, Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, Carlito, and more. It's WWE's Friday Night SmackDown in Lincoln, January 12th. Tickets start at $25 and on sale now. Ticketmaster.
Your Christmas list changes a lot as you get older. Dreams of video games, remote control cars, and baseball gloves turn into dreams of shoes. You know, practical things. Brown Shoe Fit is the king of shoes in Lincoln, with brands like Sorel, UGG, Brooks, Hoka, and more to make you fashionable and comfortable. Grab a new Ridge wallet or buy 3, get 1 free on Smart Wool socks for the ultimate stocking stuffer. And don't forget a reliable gift card for that hard-to-buy person in your life. Brown Shoe Fit at 66th and Q in Lincoln. New year, new career. The new year is just around the corner.